The Immortal Hulk, issue number 21. In all chaos there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order.
I want you to know I don't approve of this.
My name is Reginald James Fortean. I'm 42 years old. I was once a major general in the United States Air Force. For my country, I have become something else. Something divorced from all conventional military structure. A commander of shadows. But even in the shadows, there must be an order. I am that order. So you've said. You don't seem to approve of much lately, Dr. McGowan.
If you mean the murder of civilians,
collateral damage. We've been using the term since the 60s. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Well, I've registered my complaints about that. What's troubling me now is you killing yourself. Translocation is easily the most dangerous method of instant travel. Unless you're a Reed Richards and you can calculate the variables in your head, and you're about to translocate all the way to Earth orbit.
Hence the Redeemer armor. It's sealed and oxygenated for vacuum. If I miss the target, I can survive in open space.
What about arriving halfway through a bulkhead?
It won't come to that, will it, Dr. McGowan?
Not on purpose, no. But I can't make promises here, sir. That's why we need more time. There are random factors involved that need to be...
That's what it is all about, isn't it? The random factors, the human errors, the shadows, chaos. Do we rule chaos, or does chaos rule us? I know what my answer would be. If I don't come back, protocol places you in command, Doctor. Until then, the final decision is mine.
Sir, don't...
Beginning translocation now.
No, shut it down, General. We need to double-check, triple-check, if there's been any error at all.
That's the difference between us, Doctor. I choose not to be cowed by the random factors. We can rule over chaos. Have faith. I'm 11 years old.
And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day.
I am in Sunday school.
And the darkness he called night.
I am listening intently.
And the evening and the morning was the first day. I want to pause there for a moment. We're at the end of the first day. There's no people yet, no animals, not even plants. And yet what has God already done for us?
Made the light?
Of course, but I'm thinking of something even more profound than that. Let's return to the second verse. The earth was without form and void. Without form. Think about that. That's form as in shape, by the way. Most translations of the Bible call it a raging sea. I guess that's what it must have looked like. Imagine that. Imagine existing without form, without a shape, living as a dark, ever-changing sea. By dividing day from night, darkness from light, by naming them, giving them functions, by making the first rule, God created structure. And structure is a gift. Structure is a blessing. When we don't have it in our lives, that's when things go wrong. That's why we respect the elders who give us structure, who pass on that gift from God. Why we respect and emulate our parents, our teachers, our police officers, our brave fighting forces.
And so I learned direction. Alpha Flight Space Station. I guess I never saw myself as whatever this is. Soldiers, super cops. I mean, it beats prison, but it's too much standing around where the Hulk's been, Mary. I don't feel, utilized. That's it, utilized. Samson's hiding something, I can tell, and I'm getting sick of him looking sideways at me. I beat him up one time, Carl, maybe two. Wasn't professional. My thing was with Walters, not him. Well, someone has a beef with you. They got it with me, too, so... Wait, you're saying Samson and Walters? They got stuff in common, don't they? Wouldn't exactly come out of nowhere.
Carl! What did you do? What was in that?
Fentanyl in a titanium needle. Your husband might be hard to kill, but he's shown a weakness to drugs in the past.
I'm gonna turn that suit into a coffin.
Maybe you could, Miss McFerrin. Or maybe I could do what the courts seem reluctant to do. But I'm on a timetable, so I'll leave you be. I'm 28 years old. I am now a major in the United States Air Force. Leave Hulk alone! I am unable to process what I am seeing. How? You say something, Reg?
How can we keep fighting this thing?
The thing's the orange one, Reg. Major Talbot, you have command. Keep herding it out of town. Major Fortean, a word.
I am sorry, General Ross. Just for a moment there.
Never apologize for being human, son. I've felt it too. We all have. The impossibility of this situation. But here's how I handle it. Take a look over there. That girl. She just lost her home and everything in it. Her life will never be the same. And there are hundreds like her. Hundreds. In this one town alone. When I have my moments of doubt, in the face of this, I think about that, and they pass. How about you, Major?
Yes, sir. You can count on me, sir. I've had my crisis of faith. And so I learn focus. Walter, don't get distracted. Remember what I said. Don't touch the residue with your bare hands. Right. Is residue the right word? This is more like, a shed skin. Only there's muscle and bone here, too. I think someone wore this like biological armor, or a husk, a shell, a clip-off. You don't suppose...
Samson!
I'm fine. Just a little...
Doc Samson, back in the world of the living again, I see. Easy come, easy go. As for you, Dr. Lankowski, I still consider you at fault for the lives lost in Minnesota, and there's no gamma in you now. I'd bear that in mind before you decide to pull that trigger. I'm 37 years old. I am now a major general, one of the youngest to ever hold the rank. I'm told it was like being shot with a howitzer. My mentor is dead. I want revenge. Except the Redeemer armor was built to survive that. This hit harder. A punch from the Hulk, or one of them. You showed that photo to the Secretary of Defense, Fortean? Yes, sir, I did. What did he say? There are other jobs we need to do. His exact words. I'll be frank with you, gentlemen. I consider that weakness. At best, it's the continuation of the handoff of defense to the private sector. So now, even when one of our own is killed, we aren't allowed to retaliate. You're damn right. But I don't know what we can do about it. My department is already an adjunct of the branches. You men have discretionary budget provisions. If everybody works with me, I can combine resources and funds. And we can show all the mutants and monsters what happens when you cross the United States military. Hell yes, General. I like your thinking. Count me in as well, Reg. Old Thunderbolt deserved better. We should discuss the specifics elsewhere. We're in the open. S.H.I.E.L.D. could have this whole conversation recorded. With their interest in the Hulk, could be they're responsible for this pressure you're getting. I'd call that a certainty, Howard. My sources tell me they took over the Gamma Base facility in Death Valley. Then Gamma Base is compromised. We'll have to build our own for when it fails. A shadow base. And when we need it, we won't hesitate to pull the trigger. And so, I learn patience. Eat this. Oh no. Misfire. Guess it needed cleaning. Random factors, Dr. Lankowski. Chaos. Do we rule over it, or does it rule over us? Just wait a second. Minnesota, 4 dead. In the end, you couldn't control the chaos. You don't have to do this. But I can. Goodbye, Walter. 14 to Shadow Base. Retrieval of the shell is complete. No human casualties.
General? No human casualties? What does that mean?
Beam me up.
General?
I'm 40 years old. I'm visiting my mentor in his prison cell. I hunted the Red Hawk for months, Ross, trying to avenge your death. When your daughter became a Gamma terrorist, I went easy on her, in your memory. And all this time, you were the Red Hawk. You became the very monster you tried to fight. What were you thinking, General? I am trying to understand. Did you hear about the last time I fought Banner? I don't see how that's relevant. He had extremis in him. That nanojunk Tony Stark made to program the human body. Same stuff Banner used to turn me human for keeps. He'd used it on himself, turned the Hulk into a genius. Dark green. It wore off eventually, but I tell you, while it was working, it did nothing to him. Not a damn thing. Oh, his vocabulary was better. He knew more, like a hard drive full of data. But when he came for me, ranting about how he was the strongest, I could see what was under all the big words. A child. A raging, violent child, with the genius of the world's greatest scientist and the power of the atomic bomb. That's what I'm thinking about now. And I guarantee I was thinking something like that then. Because every time Banner thinks he's in control, every time we think that, he's about to lose it. He breaks the world, Reggie, just by being in it. But oh hell, I'm weak. He's still my son-in-law. We've been through too much. I can't do it anymore, even if they let me out. You were right, 14. I'm just too close to it. I understand, General. You can leave it with me. And so I learn purpose. I'm 42 years old. I was once a major general in the United States Air Force. For my country, I have become something else, something divorced from all conventional military structure. Bring it here.
I don't think Dr. McGowan would approve of that, General 14.
McGowan can register her complaints and then continue her work, as she always does, as she always will. Now, bring it here. A commander of shadows. But even in the shadows there must be an order.
Sir, don't touch it!
I thought I was that order. I thought I could rule over chaos. I did not know what chaos was. And so I learn.